Good evening. Thanks for being here. Vancouver Island's paramedics are accustomed to dealing with life and death every day, but tonight they are dealing with the deaths of two of their own. Early this morning, two paramedics dropped a patient off at West Coast General Hospital in Port Alberni and then headed back to their home base in Tofino. As they did, they were navigating the winding section of Highway 4 when their ambulance went off the road and plunged over an embankment, crashing into Kennedy Lake. A News reporter Eric Thompson has the story.
From the air, you can see debris on the shoreline, and in the water, an ambulance submerged in Kennedy Lake. Port Alberni RCMP say the vehicle plunged over a 60-meter embankment while heading to Tofino. The province's paramedics union has confirmed two members, a man and a woman, were killed. The ambulance was reported missing at 7:30 this morning after leaving West Coast General Hospital in Port Alberni.
The ambulance cleared from the hospital at approximately 4:20 a.m. and had not been heard from since. A highway worker patrolling east had located some disturbance along the roadway that indicated that something may have left the roadway. Further look located the vehicle at the bottom of that embankment, submerged in the lake.
Paramedic Keith Jameson arrived on scene after hearing the call on the radio. He knows this stretch of road well and was holding out hope his colleagues would be okay.
I'm just hoping to see what happens.
RCMP say it is unusual for an emergency vehicle to go missing, and the tragic outcome will be tough for all emergency workers in the region.
It has a huge impact, and we have RCMP Victim Services as well as the BC Ambulance Service has their own trauma team that will be attending.
You know, nobody expects to lose their life in the course of their jobs. Some places in that road, especially around Kennedy Lake, are quite treacherous. You know, there isn't a lot of room on those roads, and, you know, on the other side, there's big ravines and lakes, unfortunately.
They're good friends. I know them both. I'm good friends with them both, and yeah, it's tough.
A union representative says the accident highlights the sacrifice made by ambulance paramedics.
I can't really speak to this accident, but certainly there is a culture amongst paramedics that they not put themselves in any undue harm, and such as working extended hours.
Shute says in cases where one paramedic is too tired to drive, they will likely switch. He says it's too early to point the finger at driver fatigue or determine whether the ambulance swerved to miss an animal or another car until an in-depth analysis of the crash is conducted.
Eric Thompson joins us now with a late update on the story. Eric, an RCMP dive team arrived on the scene this afternoon. What have they found?
Hudson, the divers have recovered the bodies of the two paramedics, a man and a woman, and crews are now in the process of pulling the ambulance out of Kennedy Lake. Members of the Ambulance Paramedics Union are in Tofino as well. They are starting the investigation process and, of course, offering critical and stress support for crews and the family of the two paramedics. We have a crew on the scene. We'll bring you more on this story tonight on A News at 11.
All right, Eric, thank you.